we got the hot side done. The turbo's mounted. We still have to put the wastegates on. We have to do the exhaust. Got one done. I've been working on this shit since 10. And what time is it now?
Like maybe 2. We had a little lunch break.
We did have a lunch break. So how many, what I got, 3 hours in this?
I wouldn't say that long, honestly.
Too long. It feels like I have too long in it. Also, Dave's holding the phone, aka camera. So everyone's like, man, John, you just go through some people. Dave didn't go anywhere. Dave's been working.
Yeah, I actually just work a lot, so.
You want to plug your company?
Yeah, DW Recovery. If you want to work storms, make some extra race car money, hit me up.
What, like, how would you get in contact with
You can email me, dwrecoveryllc@gmail.com. I'm not putting my phone number out here like that.
No,
so.
no, come on. I'll put Dave's phone number. I'll put Dave's phone number.
Please
I don't give a shit. So we got one exhaust done. I don't know if this is the easy side or the hard side. In my mind, this was the easy side, but this was challenging. But it actually it came out great. We need a hand job from Joe Dieters.
Oh, you want him to polish your pipe?
Yeah, I want him to hand polish my pipe. That's what I meant by that. We don't want no machines. We want him to really get in there nice and good and put some love into it. Because you get the best results when you put love into a good old handy. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Big
this,
Joe?
I think this was, wasn't this some love right here?
What?
The V-band clamp?
Oh, you think I did that? No, they did that.
I thought you did that.
No, I did
Oh,
the
dang.
ones on the wastegates.
Oh, okay.
So,
Gotcha.
yeah, we have more V-bands that need to be polished. So, Joe, if you guys want your race car or street car or chainsaw pipe to be looking good,
Oh, yeah.
hit up Joe at Dieters Custom Finishing. Yeah, check them out. I mean, they do a great job. So, what we got going on with this unit here is we made this modified 90 bend here, little kind of pie piece. It's kind of just like what would you say? It's just like a.
It's a little. It's not straight.
It has a little
It's
bit
got
more
length
bend
to
into it, yeah. But just because we're into the bend here, so you had to do that to get it square, and then we welded it all out, and then it bolts in. So, someone said this is Rock Flaccid Motorsports on one of my comments on Facebook, and I'm good with it. I mean, I'll own it. I called it Rock Soft, but I guess like the official name, the government name would be Rock Flaccid Motorsports. And we're just knocking shit out. So we got one done. All we have to do is put the wastegate on here. We got the charge pipe done, and we got to do the exhaust. Now the issue with the exhaust is it's definitely, like Dave made a good point, it's definitely the more challenging side because the turbo is kicked back. One benefit, it is canted a little bit, so it's kicked a little bit out, which is going to help. But it's going to suck because
You just don't get a good tight radius with that big 5-inch.
yeah, Wade at Race Parts is coming out with a billet tight radius 5-inch, but it's not out yet. I think he's got 3 and 3.5 inch. Wade, dude, come on. What the hell are you waiting on, brother? I needed this shit, but we'll do without. The downside is the flange, right? This is GT55 turbo. It's a force inductions, 98 millimeter, billet center section with a tile housing. So the exhaust outlet's different. It's not GT55. This is like a tile flange. So it's like 4.72 inches and it's 5-inch diameter pipe. So you get this flange from Race Parts Solution. As you can see, like the outer diameter is pretty much the same as the outside diameter. And this is the issue that you run into is it is wider, right, than the actual clamping surface itself. So then when you cut into a bend, like that's cut into just the tip of the bend, your hole goes oval. So now it sticks out over that. So then it gets real wonky. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the shit out of a 90, like super tight radius at an angle. So that thing's gonna be long as hell. The sides of it will tack up perfect. So we'll tack it up and then we'll beat the shit out of it with a hammer to close up one side. Now the inside, this inside, that's all filler rod, baby. There ain't no, you can't add more there. I guess you could put a piece there, but that's the dumbest
No,
thing.
yeah, we're not doing all that.
This is what you do. You get like 3 or 4 pieces of filler rod like this, and you hold them in your hand.
Don't give away your secrets.
You hold them in your hand like Arthur. And then when you strike that and you get that puddle, you're like, meow, and then you put your hand back here and Dave reloads you. Another one, meow, cramming that shit in there. Ask me if I've done that. I've had this shit twisted together like a braid. If it works, it works.
Yeah.
You know, just like this. If it works, it works. So, yeah. That side wasn't bad. We put the front end up on it twice. It bolts in. It did bolt in. It does bolt in on that side. This side, obviously, we can't use it. Turbo's in the way. So we got our orientation of where we wanted the exhaust, literally perfect on that side. This side, we're going to have to cut it, kind of freehand hold it up, and what's going to happen is we'll eventually, once we get the pipes close enough, we'll have to have the front end on, have Dave hold it in like a position, someone stand back and like, yeah, it looks good, and then I'll tack it up and then weld it out. So
it's gonna need a brace. Do you think it's gonna need a brace?
So, yeah, we're gonna end up bracing it from here over, and that's gonna do one of two things. Obviously, I like to run the bullhorn teardrop combo for two reasons. Like this, it's going to work great if you do have a short exhaust and you can get a false read on the O2 because it'll suck air. You put the bullhorn on there, you're adding distance, and it makes it very hard. Now, that air going by would have to then go in and then around a bend. And also it looks cool. So those are the two reasons why. But because we're running the bullhorn, I'm gonna run a brace off here, and that's gonna make it where it can't clock itself just from like the downforce of being on the two-step, and also it's just gonna provide a little bit of support. Out here, I mean, look, just from the heat, I mean, the other one was braced. This is just from the heat. I mean, aluminum exhaust, people are like, oh, you can't run aluminum on the exhaust side. You can. I've had this happen a couple times. I think very low timing does this because you have a lot of EGTs, high EGTs.
Yep, that's definitely a high EGT thing, I would say.
Or if you get just cooked on the two-step, because you got to think there's just flames in the pipe that whole time. So two things could cause that, in my opinion. I still run aluminum exhaust. My man Wade at Race Parts, I'm going to drive down, I think he's in Georgia, I'm going to drive down and fight him. Scotty Ray, he taught me, I think he was a boxer in his past life, but he taught me how to box, so he taught me this really good stance. So Wade, I'm coming for you if you don't get an 11 gauge back in stock. That's pure, Scotty Ray tuning and boxing, so hit you with that. You know what I mean? You see that in the lanes, the next thing you're going to be doing is looking up at the stars, even if it's daytime. I don't care. I mean, what do? Do we just cut a damn...
Yeah.
We cut a 90?
That's all you can do.
Yeah. So, this is what I'm thinking, right? Oh, also, someone sent me a box of Sharpies. It didn't have a name on it, but thank you. I greatly appreciate it.
Going down.
They're actually on my desk. I didn't use them today's video.
Oh, you haven't lost those. Perfect.
So, this is how I do it, right? It's just, everything's by the eyeballs. So... So, the other part that sucks about this, I'm gonna cut this leg off as well because we don't need this. Like the porta band that I have, I don't have like a nice big vertical bandsaw. I don't like using them because I don't really have the patience or the know-how to set them up properly. But I just use the porta band, and the issue, 5-inch, you can cut it on Milwaukee porta band, but when you get into a bend, this is obviously now larger than 5-inch, so that just takes a little bit. So we're gonna put the camera down, we're gonna cut this, we're gonna come back up here and mock it up, we're gonna cut this leg off, and hopefully it gets us in a position where we are... So I got a tape measure? Where's tape measure? Next thing I need y'all to send me is tape measure. So from the end of that to this, that's damn near 6 inches. I think I might have to go shorter than that. I need to be like 5.5. It's a terrible idea.
About that tight radius.
No, I got this. We got it?
No, for sure.
It's just going to be like a hard 90. I don't think this will have any effect on performance.
A few moments later.
You got it? What is that? Why do you always do this to me? He hangs the ground clamp onto whatever piece I'm holding, which makes it even harder to hold the piece.
Talk to them about our engineering.
Alright, we have no good solution here. There's only one good solution, and that is...
This is the goodest solution.
This is the goodest that we can come up with. We're just gonna leave those gaps there. That's extra airflow.
It might give us a false OT reading, but I mean, honestly, we're going to OT anyways.
And whatever.
Go in a little bit.
They don't know this. The camera just turned on, but I've been holding this for like 4 minutes.
Dude, just like the rest of this kit and this idea, it's only dumb if it doesn't go fast. Mason's dying inside. I mean, dude, that shit right there is gonna flow some hair. Let me tell you.
Or we can just leave it like that. It should, hey, hear me out. We'll just put a flat piece here and a flat piece here.
I mean, it's on there, and it's doing its great. Oh man, just think, this is only half. We still have to get the tip and all that shit on, and I have to put an O2 bone in here. No way the O2 is gonna reach.
No.
All right, guys. I don't know where we left off, but a lot has gotten done. We are down to the punch list stuff on this. I ordered all of my oil fittings, oil lines, and we got the turbo kit on there. It is definitely different. I've got a lot of backhanded compliments. This is not your prettiest turbo kit. This looks stupid. Why would you do that? I even I'll put up the screenshot. I texted my dad, a group with my mom and my sister, because they obviously care a lot about building race cars and stuff. And I sent it in there with absolutely zero context. And my dad's like, why are they offset? Why are they not centered? You know, swing and a miss maybe. But we're going to keep the front end on it for all the winner's circle photos. And no one will know. Mason said we're not allowed to talk about it, right?
I just wouldn't talk about it. I wouldn't bring it up. You know, pretend like it doesn't look that ugly under the hood. I mean, it doesn't look that bad, honestly. It's fine.
I see you guys see what I'm dealing with. I'm happy with it. I think it came out better than anticipated. Yeah. This exhaust is something wild right here. This is something crazy. Harry came and threw some beads down right here. It's all 11 gauge. We do have some concerns about it like blowing a hole in the center of it. That would suck. So if it does show signs of stress, we're going to do something about that. Tomorrow, I have to come up with some sort of tether for right here. Mason, do you have a tether? Like you have something on deck for a tether in stock?
I might have some turnbuckles somewhere.
Well, tomorrow's Wednesday, so I mean, I don't know. Maybe we want to test Thursday during the day, but yeah, I'd like to mount something off this bar and then mount something right here, and that will do two things. I mean, really, it needs to have one come off of here and mount to this, so it can't change orientation. It's clocked, or if you went from here to here to support it off the housing, that'd actually be a pretty good one. Go from right here up to here. That's already tapped, so just a piece of flat stock with maybe an angle in it. You don't want this to turn. Obviously, the V-band is stopping that, but you would like to have some additional support. Just because this thing on the two-step, it's popping and banging. The last thing you want is this to fall down, hit the track, break off, puncture tire. Not good. This one, as you can see here, and what's crazy is, I don't know if you could tell, there is a little mount up there, but this stuff, I mean, it bends. It gets hot and it moves. So, yeah, we got everything in a relatively decent spot. I'm happy with it. It should move air. It's definitely something different. We are now twin turbo, so our legal weight in Pro 275 just gained like 200 pounds. So now we're at weight because we were definitely 200 pounds heavy. And yeah, so we're going to clean the car, polish it up. I got to put the drive shaft back in it, put transmission fluid in it. We got a fresh motor. And yeah, that's pretty much everything we got. We have some minor fabrication left. This is going to be our oil drain, as we talked about. We have to weld this. We have to weld this onto that fitting, which hopefully that works, and then we would be good to go. And I got some fittings coming from Brown & Miller and some turbo feed stuff as well. So a little bit of crimping, a little bit of fab. We got to put the wastegates on, put an O2 sensor bung in here, put the O2 in there, and then I think we are good to fire up. We got oil in the motor. The rock arms have been set. It's going to be a short day tomorrow, and then hopefully testing Thursday. That's the plan, testing and racing Thursday.